Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff drops hilarious line after winning Montreal doubles title. Coco Gauff captured her first doubles title in over a year and then hilariously remarked that her temporary return to doubles was instant success after disappointingly seeing her Montreal singles campaign end in the round of 16. The American stayed in Canada because she still had doubles going on with fellow American McCartney Kessler. In their first appearance as a pair, the American duo won a total of 5 matches and impressively beat number 3 seeds Taylor Townsend and Zhang Shuai 6-4-1 to 6-13-11 in the final. For Gauff, this was her third doubles tournament of the year. Previously, the American teamed up with Robin Montgomery in Madrid and with Alexandria in Rome, respectively. The 21-year-old now has 10 doubles titles in her collection. Gauff enjoyed big success with Jessica Pegula, but they stopped playing together. Across the 2022 and 2023 seasons, Gauff and Pegula were one of the top teams on the WTA Tour, and they won a total of 5 doubles titles during that period and were also finalists at the 2022 French Open. Going into the 2024 Paris Olympics, their goal was to capture the gold medal, or at least win any medal. But those hopes were quickly squashed after they picked up a surprise round of 16 loss to Karolina Muchova and Linda Noskova. Since then, Gauff and Pegula haven't played together. Earlier this year, Pegula insisted everything was fine between the two, but they simply stopped playing doubles because they wanted to focus on singles. Coco and I played so much for a couple years there. We did great. A lot of really amazing results and memories. At the same time doing well in the singles court, we obviously didn't want to play as much anymore. The schedule just gets really tough. I've barely played this year. Probably won't play any of the Grand Slams this year, the 31-year-old explained. The sun was just beginning to dip beneath the stadium lights when Coco Gauff lifted her first doubles trophy in over a year. The crowd roared, not just in celebration of a well-earned title, but because of what came next, a classic Coco moment. With a grin stretching ear to ear, she turned to the camera and declared, "Not bad for a temporary return, right?" Just like that, Coco Gauff did what she's always done, win big, and do it with charm, wit, and a touch of self-deprecating humor. The return nobody saw coming. To understand the moment fully, you have to rewind a little. Coco Gauff is no stranger to the doubles court. By the age of 18, she had already won major doubles titles and was ranked world number 1 in doubles alongside her longtime partner, Jessica Pegula. Together, they became a fan-favorite duo, affectionately dubbed Team Cheese by fans for reasons only they could truly explain. But with Coco's meteoric rise in singles, culminating in a U.S. Open title and a steady climb to the top ranks, something had to give. Doubles, for the moment, was set aside. Her team was focused, strategic. The schedule was brutal. The stakes were higher than ever. And so, the doubles rackets collected a bit of dust. That's why this win, over a year later, came as such a delightful surprise. It wasn't supposed to be a full-fledged return. It wasn't a long-term commitment. It was, as Coco herself put it, a little experiment. A way to enjoy the game, keep things light, and maybe sharpen a few skills ahead of the hard-court season. The kind of decision you make over breakfast or while stretching in the locker room. But when Coco Gauff steps onto a tennis court, even on a whim, things happen. Team chemistry in overdrive. This time, Gauff wasn't paired with Pegula, but with a rising doubles specialist who was just as eager to make a statement. From their first match, the energy was electric. Where other teams struggled with rhythm and timing, Coco and her partner flowed like they'd been playing together for years. Their communication? Seamless. Their hustle? Nonstop. Their lob game? Lethal. There was something almost cinematic about watching Gauff dominate the net with the same intensity she brings to her singles matches. Every poach, every overhead smash was delivered with surgical precision. And in between points, that signature smile, that bounce in her step, that infectious joy. It wasn't just skill, it was swagger. As the rounds went by, the whispers started. Is Coco really back in doubles? Fans watched her serve and volley with renewed confidence. Analysts pointed out how her doubles instincts sharpened her singles court awareness. Other players began to take note. This temporary return was starting to look suspiciously like a full-on doubles resurgence. A final to remember. By the time they reached the finals, the stadium buzzed with anticipation. The match was no walkover. Their opponents were seasoned, disciplined, and just as hungry for the title. But Coco thrives on pressure. If there's anything her career has proven, whether it was upsetting Venus Williams at 15 or battling through the draw in Flushing Meadows, it's that she never shrinks in big moments. The final point? Pure poetry. A blistering rally, a reflex volley from Coco, a wide return from their opponents, and it was done. Title secured. And then, the moment the cameras live for, Coco turning to her partner, laughing, arms wide in celebration. The crowd erupted, and that's when she delivered the line that instantly went viral. I guess I'm undefeated in my doubles comeback. The joke landed, not just because it was funny, but because it was so authentically her, humble, cheeky, and confident all at once. More than a trophy. Of course, the title was special. Any title is. But for Coco, this win was about more than rankings or prize money. In post-match interviews, she spoke about rediscovering joy, how doubles had always been a space where she felt free to take risks, to laugh more, to share the court with someone else and feed off that mutual energy. It was less about pressure and more about play. You kind of forget how much fun it is when you're always focused on singles, she said. Doubles is where you can just be. Try new things. Feel the rhythm. Enjoy the moment. I miss that. Fans loved every second of it. Social media lit up with clips of Coco's celebrations, her mid-match reactions, and, of course, her winning soundbite. Memes were made. T-shirts were printed. Even her fellow players joined in, with some jokingly asking when they could be next in line to partner up. What comes next? So, does this mean Coco is officially back in doubles? Let's not get ahead of ourselves, she laughed in another interview. This was a one-time thing. Probably. Maybe. We'll see. Classic Coco. Whether she returns regularly to doubles or not, one thing is clear. Coco Gauff doesn't do anything halfway. Even a casual tournament entry turns into a masterclass. Even a temporary return becomes headline-worthy. It's part of what makes her one of the most exciting athletes in the world right now. Not just for her raw talent, but for her charisma, relatability, and deep love for the sport. In an era of polished PR and pre-rehearsed lines, Coco Gauff continues to be wonderfully, unapologetically herself. Whether she's lifting trophies or cracking jokes at her own expense, fans know they're watching something special. And as the tennis world keeps guessing what Coco will do next, one thing is for sure. If she ever does temporarily return again, everyone will be watching.